Hey guys, welcome to Peaks Journey. I'm Peaks, coming at you from Hamilton, New Zealand. I had a sleeve gastrectomy on the 4th of Feb 2014 this year. This is my week 36 post-op video. Yeah, so my highest weight, I'll just go through all the stats pretty quickly. So my highest weight, my pre-op start weight was 265.6 kilos or 585.5 pounds. My pre-op diet I started in 2013, late June. So I was on that for 33 weeks till my surgery, and then now it's 36 weeks post-op. So my day of surgery was 182.5 kilos or 402.3 pounds. And my current weight today is 124.1 kilo or 273.55 pounds. So total since the beginning of pre-op start weight, I've lost 141.5 kilos or 311.1 pounds. Yeah, I was just looking over the stats this morning, so it's really interesting. Like my pre-op phase, the 33 weeks there, I lost 83.1 kilos, and since surgery, in the 36 weeks, I've lost 58.4 pounds. 58.4 kilos, sorry, 128.7 pounds. But yeah, it's been probably about 3 months since I've done a proper update video, so again, it's long overdue. But just after returning from the Wonder Sleeves down under, it's given me a bit of a kick in the butt to get going. You know, I love doing these videos, I love watching everybody's videos, and it's, you know, I just find it, for me, helps me keep accountable and does help me keep on track when I put it out there, what I've been up to. So, yeah. Back in New Zealand, back to normal life. Going over to Sydney was awesome. I put up some photos on Facebook of, you know, NSV of flying. I had a huge fear of flying, going on a plane again and not fitting in the seat that I had booked and been kicked out. The last time I flew to Samoa, I was in the exit row for a bit extra leg room, but I got kicked out of the seat because I had to wear an extension, and the whole plane was seated, ready to go, and it was like the most embarrassing, infuriating thing. So this time I was like obsessing a bit, like I haven't researched it, I found photos of the actual plane and the actual seat that I'd be sitting in, and I looked up how the measurements of how wide the seat would have, tried to find out how long the seatbelt would be, but way over the top, and you know, in the end it fit. There was like heaps of leg room, and wasn't too bad at all. My shoulders weren't touching the next person over on the flight back. Nobody next to me on the way over, so it was awesome. Yeah, so NSV for me, flying comfortably without embarrassment, major embarrassment and pain, not fitting, or having my legs crunched right up into the back seat of somebody else, like painful. But yeah, there's so much. I almost don't know where to start. But so noticed heaps of different things. You know, getting in and out of cars is cool. I still do this funny thing when I park my car. I'll park right over to one side to give myself as much room as possible on one side, and like, you know, this car next to me had left and another one parked really close. And I realised I could get in and out with like a small gap. It was like, wow. But yeah, so yesterday I had my 8-month catch up with the team at the surgeon's team at Surgical Obesity Services in Hamilton. So I saw the psychologist first, and yep, that was cool. It was a good catch up. And then the nurse practice manager. Just went over routines and any changes, and my weight and stuff like that, goals, and yeah, that's all good. And then I saw the nutritionists and went over, how I'm doing my nutrition. I have so bad habits that have snuck back in. Like I'm doing pretty well, although I always know I could do better. Well, maybe not always, but always. So probably my worst habit that snuck back in is smoking cigarettes. I sort of got, I got copped it from all three yesterday about smoking. And reason, it's just stupidity. It's an old habit. I let it back in, but I knocked that on the head again soon. Cold turkey's my style, just boom. Being again that all or nothing person, which is so hard to get away from, to get that balance. But anyway, rambling a little bit today. Yeah, and probably lollies. I've been having a few lollies, but it's not too bad at this point. But yeah, I need to knock that on the head. But I do have huge boundaries, like with foods that I used to eat, like KFC, Macca's, Burger King, or Hungry Jack's, depending on what country you're in. Just don't go there. Haven't been there for over a year and a half since I started this journey. And they're foods that I just used to live on daily, and I will not go there. But I have, so I've slipped a little bit of lollies, maybe a small chocolate bar here and there, but moderation is really not my thing, so I've got to be careful because I don't want it to slip back in. But yeah, with my GP, before I went away, I had a few blood tests actually for the surgeon's office visits. But so for some reason I've got hugely high calcium levels. So I had a couple of tests and it was still high, and all my other levels were like really good. So I've got could be like a thyroid thing, doctor said, but he wanted a second opinion. So I've got an appointment with a specialist at Waikato Hospital coming up sometime. Still waiting on the letter for the appointment date. But yeah, see how that goes. Over in Sydney, catching up with my best bro, Jesse, we walked around heaps. It's been a long time. He even made the comment like, "Wow, you can like walk faster now," which is pretty cool. I could walk here and there and everywhere and didn't even get hot and bothered. I was worried about coming back to Australia. Well, it wasn't summer, so it wasn't like there was one day in the 30s, but like in New Zealand, like 26 degrees is like it's hot. So it's quite hilarious. Aussies, when they come to New Zealand, are freezing always, and Kiwis go to Aussie and usually like it's so hot. But the heat was nice. That's one thing since surgery and all this weight loss and that, I'm freezing all the time. Like I'm freezing. I have to wear jeans right up until I go to bed. I usually have like 3 shirts on, a jacket or 2 jackets on. I might even have shorts on underneath my jeans, and I'm still cold. And I've got a heater sitting there. And like the Powerball's crazy at the moment. It's like $600 a month. It's like, I need to get some thermals or something to get on top of that. But yeah. Clothes. So went shopping with my mum in Sydney. I was pretty worn out. They had like super low energy levels that on the particular days, but it was far out. So different going shopping. I used to hate passion going shopping because nothing ever fitted, and it was so depressing. Walk out of there absolutely gutted and feeling like shit. Nothing would fit, and if it did, big clothes often they come in the ugliest styles and fashion. Like who would wear that? There's nothing cool that I've ever seen in shops around that may have fit at my biggest. So now I'm enjoying wearing tops with like patterns on it because they come in nice, because I can fit sizes that before usually it would be just a plain coloured basic as t-shirt, and that was the choice. If I wanted something on it, I'd have to go get it embroidered or print it up somewhere, But you're going shopping. That was awesome. It was really weird. All the clothes looked huge. They would go up to. I was wearing 7 to, 10 XL, 9 to 10 XL. The stuff in the shop only went up to 7, but it looked massive. And it's really weird because I'm right at the bottom of the big men's section now, where I was right off the scale before. I'm at the bottom of the big men's section, or just at the top of the normal range. So it's really bizarre and new to me and exciting. It's so cool. Got more choice now. And even went op shopping with my mum and got a bunch of cargo pants and stuff for $2. It was like way cool. Yeah, so what else? It was really cool catching up with my mum and hanging out in Camden. My mum's actually works for Camden Council in Sydney, in New South Wales, and she'd been inspired by my journey, particularly going to swimming pools and the struggles I had, especially at the beginning, not being able to access scales to actually get an accurate weight. At one stage there, I didn't weigh much, and if I did, it was at the airport. I'd get on the luggage scales, and I've been kicked off, told to get off too. But my mum was inspired, and working on the council, she put the idea out there that maybe they could purchase some proper scales that larger people that have trouble finding scales to weigh on could use. So that all happened, and there is now, if you're out Camden way, there now is at the Mount Annan Leisure Centre scales. They've been there for a little while now. So they go up 300 kg plus, and you can use it for free. So if you go in there, just ask them at the counter. It's around the corner, so it's not in front of everybody, and you can just go in for free. Use the scales. Sweet. What an awesome idea. Good on you, yeah. So there is a New Zealand weight loss surgery conference on shortly, like in the next 2 weeks. That I would have loved to go on to that. That's October 31st to the 2nd of November down in Invercargill, which is right at the bottom of the South Island in New Zealand. I would like to go on to that, but I won't make it to that. I can't get any more time off for a little while from work. I need to save my annual leave days for something else. But yeah, what else is there? So I'll just cut it there. It's already a few minutes past the 10-minute mark. Had such an amazing time over in Australia, reconnect with Runner Sleeves Down Under, and some major connections and rebonding, some family links there, especially with my son Jade, and yeah, some huge stuff going on there. But I won't go into today. But yeah, it's been so cool. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it there for today. So I'm peaks. 36 weeks post-op, down 141.5 kilos. I've still got, so I'm at 124.1 at the moment. I want to get down to 110 and then see how I'm at. For my height, I need to get to, for BMIs, I need to get to like 90 kilos for a healthy weight range, and like not overweight, which is just crazy. I think that's crazy for me, but if by some crazy chance I actually got there, I'd like to still put on 20 or 30 kilos of muscle back. So that's one thing the nutritionist said. I really do need to focus on getting my protein in, because I'm definitely not getting enough. But I did notice yesterday, instead of having lollies, I had some more just meat. I had like roast meat in the fridge, and I just had a bit of that. It lasted heaps. Lasted me way longer. I didn't feel heaps fuller. As everybody knows, protein. So I'm working on getting the 90 grams up. I'm probably only doing about a litre of fluids at the moment, so I still need to work on that. But yeah, I need to find a new protein powder because I like to make mochas. I like to make coffee with my protein powders. I used to do it with the Optifast, and it was really, really nice. And you could heat it up, and it would be all good. Be sort of creamy-ish texture. The one I'm using at the moment, Eat Me. You put that in the microwave, it just splits, and then it goes to like a solid custard, and it's real watery, and it's gross. So I need to, if anyone knows of any good protein powders out there, well, I guess it's hard to get a lot of American stuff in New Zealand, but if anyone knows of any good protein powders that work well, heated in the microwave, like in a hot drink, let us know, because I need to find some. I'm looking forward to the next catch up for the for Waikato weight loss surgery group here in New Zealand. I think I've got maybe a couple of weeks of that. It'd be good to catch up with everybody. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to cut it there because I'm going to continue rambling for another half an hour. So anyway, Peak's Journey. I'll try to be back next week. This is like my midweek, so usually I try and do a video around a Tuesday. So I'll see how I go. Maybe I'll just move my weekly video day to a bit later. But anyway, Peak's Journey from New Zealand. Sweet.